Hello, and welcome to a new season of the British Bears. This is a Chicago Bears coverage with a British accent, and it's great to be back. It's great to have football back. You know, we've got a game this week. If you're new to the channel, my name's Chris. This is my co-host Jason, UK Bear. Say hello, Jason.
Hello, Jason.
It's started already, hasn't it? It's started how the fucking season's going to go, brother, isn't it?
Exactly. That's how it goes. Yeah, I'm a hyped man, and this guy at the back is just jacked, man. He's Staley's off his tits. We're ready to go. I'm just so excited, like you say, about football being back. Yeah, first pre-season at the weekend. I'm hyped from the off season and ready to go. So you can kick it off, mate. Let's go. Firstly, let's just say hello to everyone in the chat. Actually, so we've got Lee. I've seen you in a couple of Aldo's shows.
Hi,
so Lee Bruin, welcome. Aldo's there, the pod father. Eddie
Father,
Bed and Davis. Hello. Two audios. What's that, Aldo? Help me out here. Evie. I think she's my one follower on my YouTube account. And Relentless Mikey. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everyone watching. Like Chris said, we just a couple of idiot British fans across the pond who love the Bears. We just talk Bears football on a social time scale rather than having to stay up to the early hours of the morning on Central Time. So, take it away, Chris.
Right. This is a nice bonus of actually doing it on our time scale. But before we start, Jason, you know Staley the Bear in the background?
Yeah.
Did you actually blow that up via your mouth, or did you use some sort of machine?
I can produce enough hot air. Yeah, there's...
I can believe that, but that must have took fucking ages. If I done that, I'd probably have had like a collapsed lung by the end of it.
No, he's plugged in. He's plugged into the wall. He's...
Oh, is he? Right.
Yeah. He's plugged in and just kept. That's why I think the last time I tried to use him, it lasted about 5 minutes because he was totally freaking the cat out. So I had to just take him down because the cat was going nuts. But the cat's out enjoying himself at the minute. So he's just plugged in and just. That's why I was worried you could hear the fan, but apparently it's okay because it's going on.
No, I can't hear it at all, mate. Another part of the show as well is that obviously we're called the British Bears, so. In the future, we'd love to have any British fans on the show. And we'd love to have you on so you can tell us how you got into the Bears, you know, what your favourite, player is. And also, if it's, through the season, we'd love you to comment on the game. So, we're reaching out to any British Bears fans or anybody outside America, let's just say. We shouldn't just keep ourselves concertinaed into Britain. Anybody outside America, we'd love to have you on as a guest. And just sort of share your fandom, man, because, as far as I'm aware, the Chicago Bears are still one of the most supported teams in the country. So there's got to be a lot of people out there who support the Bears. So, in future shows, we're just looking for guests. So if you fancy it, get in touch and we'd love to have you on as a guest. But right, let's rock and roll, man. Let's get on with the show. So... for Chicago Bears, it's been the usual non-quiet off-season, hasn't it, really? Nothing much has happened, but no, it's a complete lie. Loads of things have happened in Chicagoland over the last sort of 4 or 5 months. And obviously the big main sort of storyline is, thank you, Aldo. Cheers, mate.
Aldo, you legend. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen? Shorty's going to use that $10. That $10. We're never going to see it, mate.
On gear. You use it on gear. Well, I think Google take about 80% of it, don't they? So we'll get a couple of dollars to spend on something at the pharmacy. Good luck to him.
Well, yeah, obviously the main story is that the Chicago Bears getting hold of Ben Johnson as head coach from the Detroit Lions. Obviously, and also as well, the coaching staff as well, what Ben Johnson's brought with him. Well, not brought with him, but what he's brought over to the Bears. What were your sort of initial feelings about the hire, Jason?
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. They were talking about it for ages, weren't they?
Yeah.
I saw firsthand what he did to the Bears. That was my first game at Soldier Field.
Of course, yeah. You saw the Lions in the flesh, didn't you? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the stumble bum play right out in front of us. Yeah, I know, don't. But I saw what he did. It was the big talk, wasn't he? He didn't go for his head coach job the year before. So again, you'll never really know why. There's the rumours, isn't there, about whether he had a word from maybe waiting until next year for the Bears or whatever. But yeah, absolutely ecstatic with that hire. After the last couple of sort of defensive coaches we've had that have not really worked out, to have who is definitely considered the sort of consensus, the up-and-coming offensive mind in the NFL, it's just the right hire, isn't it? They broke the bank, they paid him the money, got rid of Flus, and yeah, I'm super excited, and especially excited for, like you said, the coaching staff that he's assembled. It just looks like I can't remember seeing anything that gets me so excited for across the board. Dennis Allen, yeah, brilliant. Really, really super happy with that hire. He's free, so they haven't got to change personnel. He's aggressive. He mixes it up, and I we're Bears fans. We love aggressive defense, and I think that's what.
That's right.
He was top 10, I think, 5 times out of the 16 years, or however many years it was. Anyways, he was like top 10 defense regularly at the Saints. It didn't work out for him as head coach, which means that he's probably not going to be in a rush to get another head coach gig. So we could be in this situation with these two running the show for some time, which makes me very happy. Even the sort of position coaches too, from Dan Rochar has got a good CV. Al Harris and Al man, they bring it. I don't know all the coaches. I'm like Shorty. I said I don't know any of these people until we hire them, and then I go and have a little dig around and see what you can find out about them. I'm pumped for this coaching staff, because especially as a new head coach, what you need to do is you've got to surround yourself with people who know what they're doing. You can't. We've seen before, haven't we? When we had a new head coach and we had a first-time offensive coordinator with the guy from Green Bay, and we won't mention and the others. So, but he's assembling a team that will advise him, because he's not scared, and that's what a proper leader does. You surround yourself with people who have experience, and you can just lean on them when times get tough, which they will, and when you're learning a new job and a new role. So, yeah, I am super excited to see what Ben Johnson's going to do with Caleb and all the weapons that we've got in the off season, which we can talk about as well.
Yeah, I mean, my sort of feelings sort of mirrors yourself, what you just said, Jason, really. But I think really what really excites me is that obviously the sort of last time we got an offensive coach with Nagy, but this time around we've actually got an offensive coach who actually called plays for a couple of years at least. Where Nagy really only called like a couple of games at the end of the season under Andy Reid. So, and also Ben Johnson, his offensive record says it all over the last sort of couple of years. And I completely agree regarding the coaches brought with him. Even people like Eric Bieniemy as the running back coach. I mean, I'm sure he was like head coach of UCLA like a year ago. And obviously he'd been with the Kansas City Chiefs as well for years as their OC. So, he's brought, like you said, he's brought everybody with a bit of experience, people they can lean on. So, yeah, I'm absolutely really, really excited. I think as well what I really like from just seeing him over these last sort of 4 to 5 months is just how transparent he is. He doesn't, he sort of says it how it is. Where we've had like a couple of last coaches just didn't really say anything technical, especially when he gets like Evenfluss, where basically every week it's like, oh yeah, we're going to stick together. Well, is that the best you can come up with, or is that what you're just telling the players? And I also think as well that he's bringing in a culture what's accountable, like Lee's just said there. You know what I mean? Like you hear, like I think it was like one of the first practices that he took the first string offense off because they didn't align right, and all this, and that's something I'm sure Eberflus didn't do. When you like last year, especially like when you started hearing, players talking a lot about they want to be coached harder and stuff like this. And like you had players like DJ Moore walking off the field halfway through a play. I can't really see that happening with Ben Johnson in charge. You know what I mean? And I think he's holding everybody to a really high level because that's the only way you're going to win. That is the only way you're going to win in this league. Is everybody play up to the right potential, everybody in the same direction, and and I don't think the offense is going to be sort of like it's not going to be 100% at the start of this season. I think it's going to take maybe this season into next season for Caleb to really get it down, for the players to get it down because it's another new system. And when you think about training camp as well, that they actually don't spend that much time actually on the field. They spend like maybe up to an hour and a half, 2 hours at a time on the field. So when you add it all up, it ain't that really a large amount of time. I know they do classroom work and studying, it's like a full day. But even so, there's nothing like getting out onto the pitch and doing it physically, i.e. if you're doing walkthroughs or doing 7-on-7 and 11-on-11. So, it's just, I think as well that the Ben Johnson hire has more or less saved Paul's job. Because I
don't know.
I think if he hadn't got Ben Johnson, and also if he hadn't have got the interior line sorted out, them signings, I could have seen him being on really rocky grounds this year because when you look at his win to loss record, it's absolutely terrible.
Yeah,
but
one of them was a complete teardown, mate. That was to the studs, man. That was so. I think you kind of get a free pass the first year, and I think we were messaging in the off season, weren't we, when the free agency was happening and these things were going on. And I said I really believe that Ben Johnson, in his kind of interview with the Bears, said, "I am not coming to you unless you sort out the trenches." I really think that because everyone knew what the line that they had at Detroit, and that's what he based his game on: solid running game, play action, and he just ripped it up. So I think he wanted some commitment from the Bears to say, you need to sort your offensive line. I've seen it firsthand, and it's dog shit. You need to sort it out, or I'm not coming. So I really think because that was first 5 signings, wasn't it, in free agency? 3 on the O line, 2 on the D line. And how many times have we as fans, like years, it's been screaming for them to fix it?
Yeah, I mean that's what I was just going to say. I mean, I've been doing sort of Bears podcasts now for 4 years, and for 4 years constantly we've been moaning about the offensive line. We're sort of bringing pieces, but we don't seem to get a unit together. Yeah. I think that must have been some of what Johnson said. Look, we can't do anything without a decent offensive line. You can't ask me to coach Caleb to do anything without him getting some protection because last year he had no time at all. He was on his back a lot. Even though he only threw 6 interceptions, I think it did impact his play maybe on the longer passes, what takes a little bit of time. And also as well, Waldron were a terrible play caller. And then the only good game he had was the one you went to in London when we beat the Jaguars. But come on. I mean, it was like the usual Bears thing of why is he always in a shotgun? Why are we not going on the centre? Why are we not doing any play action? Although I did quite like how he had him in a no huddle because that just gave him a little bit of time for Caleb to actually, have a look at the defence and see how they're set up. But it's not something you can do all the time. So, I'm absolutely buzzing about this coaching staff. I mean, in the past, I can remember we got Eberflus now going, oh, this is going to be great. But even as I was saying it, there was like a piece at the back of my brain going, was he really the best guy we could get hold of? I mean, who the fuck is he? I never even heard of him. I know he like the D coordinator in Indianapolis, but he wants somebody who hot off my lips, thinking, "Oh yeah, we need to get that dude in." And also as well, I feel with Ben Johnson as well, and this is one thing what Eberflus completely couldn't do. He couldn't manage the team in the game time. He couldn't manage the whole team. He could do his defense, but he couldn't sort of keep up with what the offense needed doing. And then some of his game decisions, like last year, the Washington game, were just absolutely horrendous. It was like if that would have been a high school team and that was a high school coach, you'd have been going, "Are you fucking joking, man?"
He'd have been run out of the building, wouldn't he?
Of course he would. You know what I mean? And then when he didn't sort of take ownership as well of like them decisions, I'm sure when he started losing the locker room because he lost me. So I like going. You really can't do you might be a good coordinator, but you cannot manage the whole team when it's a game day. And it also sounded like he was quite slack at training and practices. Like I can remember Paul saying, that there were like issues, last year's training camp. He didn't feel like they were being strict enough and sort of holding players to a standard. So yeah, man, it's going to be really, really interesting, man. And
that's all in the past, man. That's like Lee Bruin here has said exactly the same thing that I've noticed from Ben Johnson is he says Nagy and Flus gave word salad.
Yep.
Ben tells you the truth and straight up. I love that about him. It brings his energy is just lit, isn't it? It's just unbelievable. And he doesn't give you these, like say, word salad, fluffy, like nothing answers. And that shows to me that he wants to get better and he wants everything to be accountable and to be, to be fixed. So he doesn't shy away. When they ask him one of those daft questions in the press conferences, like the Chicago media often do, he just goes straight at it. He doesn't try and dodge it. He doesn't give like fluffy answers. He just answers the question and gives it. And all of his answers have so far been pretty good. He's not. He doesn't run from anything. I love that. That's accountability. Yeah, and he wants to improve.
Yeah. I mean, I think as well with him doing that as well, it's holding himself to a standard. I watched his press conference there, and they were chatting about the family fest on Sunday, and the offense really struggled. And he basically said, "Look, if we make these sloppy mistakes, false starts, not lining up right, people not able going the right way." Because how many times have we seen over the last previous years where receivers up running the proper routes and people up blocking the right direction? He said we're not going to win many games. To hear a head coach say that is really refreshing. But I was sort of wondering, I wonder what happens if we have like a 2-game losing streak. Is he still going to be as transparent as he is now? Because we're in training camps. It's sort of easier because you can just because it's training camp. It's you're not having to justify game performances yet. So it's going to be interesting to see how he handles it. But he just comes out as being really intelligent to me as well.
Yeah, sharp,
really intelligent and very sort of detailed.
Yeah,
like you feel like he knows everything what's going on, and it feels like he's going to be in control of the whole team, which is really refreshing. And also as well, he's coming from coaching in our division. So he's coached against all the other teams already. So he knows what Green Bay is like, Minnesota's going to be like, and Detroit. And the first 2 games are Minnesota and Detroit. So, how cool is that? So it's not like, that's cool that we've got a coach from within the division as well, which, it's got to put a step up from, say, somebody who's coming in from college or, from a different conference in the league. I'm absolutely buzzing.
He knows the division. And I know that there's been some comments about Detroit and how it's going to affect them. How can you not have the team they've had and then lose both your coordinators? It's going to be a tough test for Dan Campbell. And I like Dan Campbell. He's got a good attitude, but he's not. He leads the team his way and he develops that culture really well. But I think ultimately his DCs ran the show very well for him. So that'll be a massive test for them whether they can replicate. They've still got the talent. They've still got a really good roster. But they're going to have to see how they go. Obviously, Darnold's gone, but Kevin O'Connell's one of the best coaches. Green Bay is Green Bay. They've got. I'm still pissing myself when I think they gave all that money to Jordan Love, who hopefully is going to show everyone that he is bang average. I know we saddled with his contract, but LaFleur is a solid coach. They've got a really well-oiled system. But I'm still going to enjoy, sweeping them every year for the next decade. That'll be pretty nice. Just want a quick shout out to Carl, who's put a little thing in here. Just want to say hello to you, mate. He's saying he's dealing with a family emergency. Him and his girlfriend have got a bit of sick bag going on. So just thoughts and prayers to you, mate, and your girlfriend and the family, whatever that's going on. I hope everything works out okay. Our sort of, all the best from us, mate. Yeah, exactly. And hello to everyone else who's jumped in the chat. So PZ, I'm going to say that in the English style, just because we are English. PZ over here. Bryce Myers obviously jumped in. Where else? What's somewhere else? King Booker, my man, is in the chat. King Booker, I'd love to have the show. I'd like you to come on the show, King Booker, because you always entertain in the chat. I'd love to get him on the show. Armando Lara Jr., hello, mate. And then we got Armando. That's going on the screen. Fuck Green Bay.
Too right. Fuck Green Bay.
Squeegee is in the house as well.
Squeegee, my man.
There we go. Hang on a minute. Squeegee's saying that, hey, Chris, I found out a lot about my family history. Check this out. My grandfather fought with William the Conqueror. Grandfather? That's he's pulling our legs there.
Squeegee, you are old, but you're not nearly 1,000 years
not
old,
1066, my friend. So, yeah, he nearly got us there, didn't he? Nearly got us. And he's coming over to Europe soon. So, yeah, that'd be great. Squeegee, if you're in our time zone, get on the show, mate.
Get on the show, and even better, if you come to England, let us know. We'll hook up. It'd be nice to meet you in person.
Yeah, and it's Crimson Your Dig is also in the house. So, yeah, welcome in, everyone. Thanks for joining us over here in the UK. And to go back to the hire, mate, to the coaching hire, they say that history doesn't always repeat, but sometimes it rhymes. All right, I'm going to take you back to 2017, and this isn't my stat bomb, but I just want to show you just a little bit of like things that can sort of overlap. Right, 2017. Okay, the Rams, the LA Rams. Do you know where this is going? They took in this off season, right? They took a quarterback with the number 1 pick, LA Rams in 2016, Jared Goff. Their head coach, Jeff Fisher, I think, didn't last the season. He was a defensive-minded head coach, didn't last the season with their rookie quarterback and got sacked. They then brought in an offensive-minded head coach called Sean McVay. And what he did is he got in, where's the guy's name? I forgot it. Oh, come on. Someone will know. Wade Phillips. There you go. He was an offensive-minded head coach, and he got in somebody who had experience of running defenses and had been a head coach before, and he got him in. And then they went 33-15, I think, for the next few years. And you know what McVay did in terms of creating his own offensive tree. So, like I said, history doesn't always repeat, but sometimes it rhymes. So could this be the key to turning this franchise around into, dominating the North for the next decade or so? So, yeah, I like that.
You know what? That's a good call. So we do have a stat bomb then this week.
We do have a stat bomb. We don't stop. Do you want to do it now?
No. We'll do a bit of training camp chat, and then we'll do the stat bomb, and then we can go into our season predictions, which I know you will love. I know it's going to be 17-0 for you because you're such a homer.
Now's the time to dream, my friend. Now's the time to dream.
Yeah, but I'm a cynical northerner, so it doesn't happen. We have it hard up here, mate. We have it hard.
I know. Not like us soft southerners.
So, we move on to training camp. What's been your impressions of what you've heard from training camp? And how do you think the offense is going in, Caleb?
I think they've had some great days, haven't they? We've seen some plays. I think people tend to overreact a bit with training camp.
Massively.
The whole point of it is training camp. There's an old military saying that you train hard to fight easy. So you're meant to do things wrong. You're meant to learn. You're meant to get, because, with the new pieces we've got in terms of the offensive line, second-year quarterback learning another system from a new offensive coordinator, head coach, DC, all of them are new, learning the ropes. This is where you want to see mistakes. Exactly. Lee's got it right. Exactly. It's in practice and it's installed. Completely. They're learning new systems. There's going to be mistakes. What you don't want to see is people making the same mistakes. And, people seem to make a big deal about whether the offense wins the day or defense wins the day. It should be both, because that's what you'll see in a game. You're not going to see, it isn't just one-sided. And to be honest, I'd be quite worried if one side of the ball was just dominating the whole time, because that means either the other side of the ball is not doing particularly well, which is a bit of worry going into the season. So, yes, as Evie says, so many fans have zero patience.
Completely right, Evie.
Yeah. So I'll come back to Mikey's question in a minute. I'm going to do it now, actually. Relentless Mikey says, I'm just curious. I got to ask, how do your neighbours take to your Bears fandom? And then Squeegee saying, anyone else see the glowing white cross on the bear behind Jason? Well, that way. Oh, yeah. I've never even noticed that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have got the Pope on our side now, haven't we? We've got, the big guy.
Yeah, we do have a Chicago Pope.
Yeah, exactly. There's another thing to come back to. Yeah, I was going to mention that. I put that in the chat. Jordan Addison, Carlos said, is out against Chicago, 3-week suspension. Yeah. Pope is from Chicago, exactly. Pope. Yes. Anyway, where was I? I see, I'm all excited, man. I'm absolutely pumped.
I know you're like a little kid on Christmas Eve, man.
I know. Where was I? Yeah, pre-season training. Yeah, it's install, it's practice, it's ironing out the wrinkles, it's getting people to work together. There's going to be mismatches. There's the one from Booker. What's Booker saying? We have a bunch of fair weather fans that cheer for the QB to fail, which is dumb. These will be the same ones in all the chats screaming how he's the best when he takes off. Yeah, exactly, man. It's like, people's reactions are just insane, aren't they? It's the internet age. But
yeah, well, I mean, I think a lot of it as well. When you go on sort of social media, a lot of it's sort of clickbait stuff. So you'll get some prick putting on. I mean, I saw one today, and it was is Caleb nearer a bust than being a good player? And I'm thinking, are you fucking joking me?
I know. I don't even bother.
When you fucking start a pre-season game and you're writing the kid off, absolute bollocks. That's the sort of clickbait bullshit. And you won't get any of that bullshit on here. We tell it how we see it, but we also understand the word patience, which a lot of people don't have, and we don't care about clickbaits. We're just giving you our honest opinions, right or wrong. And if you agree with it, you do. If you don't, cool, man. Everybody's got the right to their own opinion, but it's just it's just irritating, man.
1,000% squeegee. That'll be the only difference is that where's the ball going? But the thing is, that's what's going to cause headaches for our opposition defense, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
Imagine having all those weapons on the field, man. It's like, Loveland, Komet, Rome, DJ, Burden. It's just going to be flipping insane, isn't it? It's going to be explosive. I can't wait. I fucking can't wait, man. But anyway, a training camp. Yeah, it's just about getting things down, and it's nice to see. I like to keep up with it just to see what's going on. To be honest, I've been pretty slack this off season in terms of keeping up with stuff. As you know, I've been quite busy.
But Jason, you got married, mate. I'd like to say publicly, congratulations to Jason, his lovely wife Kim. They got married a couple of months ago, and they're still married now. So you survived the first month and a half, mate. So you must have been something right.
Weeks, about 3 weeks it was, 12th of July. Yeah. I think everyone knows the story. It's just I proposed in Chicago at Christmas when we were there. So we thought we'd get on with it. We'd just get on and get married. So we had 6 months to organise it all, and then it was. I am such a saddo. I got married in a navy and orange outfit. It's homage to the Bears, and all the table names were places that we visited in Chicago. So I sat and ate my wedding breakfast on the table called Soldier Field, naturally. And then we had Navy Pier, South Loop, Lincoln Park. I can't remember the others. Buddy Guys, which was awesome, and someone else, another one as well. I can't remember. But yeah, the tables were called after Chicago places. I had a navy and orange suit. It was just it was brilliant day. And thanks for the congrats, everyone. It was brilliant. It was awesome. What a trip! Just made it even more special. Proposing in Chicago.
I'll have to say you all romantic. You, my goodness.
I don't, mate. Yeah, I got a soft side. I'm an emotional guy.
Right. I'm the same, mate. You know what I mean? Us, especially as Englishmen, we're not really renowned for like being emotional and
emotional. I'll show you emotional. That's emotional.
I can still feel the energy every time you put on that clip. I can still feel the energy all the way up here in Leeds, which is like 200 miles away from where you are. But yes. I mean, my little thing about training camp is that you have practice to make the mistakes in practice and to learn. And even quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers, the first pass he threw were intercepted when he were his first training camp at Pittsburgh. Yeah. That's when you do it. I played American football, you have as well, and that's. I used to love practice just as much as game time because you learn and you're getting better. You can see the direction where the team's going, and it's just early days, mate. Absolutely early days. They've had like 10 days practice, and they're only on the field for like an hour, maybe 2 hours at the most. I know they do a lot of classroom work, but it's like I said before, there's nothing like doing it physically on the field. I walk through 7 and 7s and 11. So you think about the amount of time of being together, especially the offense, that, it's such a short period of time. And the defense are usually always on top at the start of training camp anyway, because defense is more reactionary. And especially with offense, what we've got, everybody's learning this new scheme. So I'm just sort of happy about. I'm not too bothered about Caleb, even though I did see some footage from the Fan Fest, and one of his interceptions were absolutely terrible. He should have just thrown it out of bounds, and he didn't. He just lofted it up as he rolled to the right, which were really disappointing. Sort of delay of games as well.
The thing is, though, mate, the pre-snap stuff's been irritating, but I'm sure they'll line it out, right? But what I was going to say then, I was going to respond to that thing about the interception, and it's completely gone out of my head.
It's all right, mate. It's all right, mate. That's cold age.
Yeah, thanks for that. What's your name again? Where am I? What's that?
yeah, I'm Chris and you're Jason.
Oh, okay. I'm Chris and you're Jason.
That's right.
Oh,
I think I've got the same problem.
A couple of things to watch, though, and again, I think they're going to, it's been mentioned before, so we're not going to sort of rehash every detail of everyone else's podcast, because the centre quarterback exchange, obviously, you're getting the snaps right with a new centre. I'm sure that'll be ironed out by the start of the season. But one thing you do want to see, which has been happening, is that the rookies are showing out. So we've seen some big plays from Burden and from Loveland. It's slightly irritating that obviously Fraser and Turner have not been out there. So Shamar Turner and Zar Fraser. Fraser's a personal thing, isn't it? So I hope that's okay. But Turner's got an ankle injury. But yeah, that's a shame they can't get out on the field. So I think that's a shame for them. But I'm liking what we're seeing from Loveland and Burden, man. That's encouraging.
Especially Burden, because he was getting quite a lot of shit as well.
I know.
He was getting a lot of shit because they had that soft tissue issue, and what the fuck can you do? If you're injured, you're injured, man. But and also as well, everybody made a big thing that I think Ben Johnson pulled him aside because he didn't run the right route, or he jumped offside or something. That's what we want. Yet again, that's illustrating that the coach expects you to play at a certain standard, and he ain't prepared to lower that standard for anybody in the team.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I read somewhere that they actually kicked out a few players because of their attitude. And Ben Johnson, look, don't matter if you're the fastest, strongest, whatever. If you're not buying into the culture, then we don't want you, which is really refreshing, man. But I think as well, the 2 joint practices which are coming up are going to be really important, because I think really they're going to use them more emphasis in the actual pre-season games, a bit like Uthus did a couple of years ago when they went to Indianapolis. Because obviously you're still in a controlled environment even though you're going against an opposition. So that's going to be really interesting to see how the team operates and performs in them joint practices. And the other
big things to watch out for me is as well as the left tackle competition, obviously.
Well, I'm just going to bring that up, Jason. Good call.
Going to be exciting, and also the cornerback position competition too. Obviously, JJ's number 1, but a bit of heat on Tyreek for his place, and I think he'll stick. He'll keep it. I know it's a big year for him, but he got a lot of shit for obviously the Washington fucking farce. But who here hasn't made a mistake when they're a young man doing something daft, So and I think he pulled out.
I still do it every day, mate.
Exactly. Shorty Prometheus has joined us, and also Mr. Shorty's in the house.
Hello, Mr. Shorty. Who's he? Who's he? I don't know.
Some weirdo. I keep seeing him on this podcast. And then and Relentless Mikey's mentioned it as well, and this is where I was going to go with this, was that Nashon Wright, a cornerback, has been making plays, man. He's been absolutely showing out.
Well, I mean, they might need him, Jason, because we don't know if Jalen Johnson's going to be ready for week 1.
Absolutely.
So I'm not necessarily saying put the rookie in, but obviously we're lucky that we seem to have a bit of depth in the defensive backfield. So
I think Terrell Smith would be pretty much a starter on any other team. We're really blessed in that department. So I'm really looking forward to that. But those are the sort of major things we're going to see in training camp. And I think especially you were going to go on to the Dolphins later. I think that's going to be interesting in terms of, like say, that's what I think this will be really helpful is the joint practices, and that's when you'll see things like the left tackle and the cornerback because you're just not going against the same players all the time. You're getting different schemes, different looks, different players, and other players that are trying to earn a shot on the 53 as well, aren't they? So those will be, like I say, in some ways more useful than the actual game itself. So we'll see what comes out of those. That'll be quite useful.
I think the left tackle really. I think it's between the rookie Ozzy Trapilio and Braxton Jones. Everybody says that Ozzy's been playing really, really well in training camp, but I think he had a bit of a bad day on Sunday. But I just don't think Braxton Jones is 100% back yet physically. I mean, he had a really, really bad injury with his ankle, and obviously they actually wanted him to put weight on in the off season, which he probably couldn't do. I love Ante Rodgers, man. You're doing well. Which he couldn't do because obviously they want him to keep quite light to get his ankle right. So yeah, I think Ozzy, man, I can see him starting, man. I really can do, but it's just sort of like it's such an important position, left tackle, and but also as well, I really think the Bears coaches are able to get like a settled lineup on the offensive line as soon as they can, and then they could say that's our unit. And then the next sort of month before the first game of the regular season, then obviously if you can get that unit together, then they can bond and all that sort of thing. So I think it's going as well as it could be training camp. I'm just not that sort of worried about Caleb, really. You know what I mean? I just think. I think it's just clickbait bullshit. It's a lot of journalists justifying the jobs, especially sort of a national journalist like Albert Breer and people like Coward and stuff like that. I just think they're just justifying the wages sometimes.
It's the attention economy, mate. It's the attention economy. All that matters is
right. That's right.
All that matters is traffic. So yeah, it just I don't even listen or look, or I don't pay any attention to any of that because even ESPN does my head in the off season. They're just like clickbait, flipping. Stephen A says this or flipping Dan Orlovsky says that. Like, I'm not clicking on that rubbish. Just tell me the facts.
Usually what I do is I usually just like a couple of. Obviously, I watch everything on BCP. Shout out to the boys, everybody else on BCP, and obviously on the Byron Network. With the Podfather Aldo and my fellow co-hosts, which will be starting the Barfly Tailgate show this Sunday before the Dolphins pre-season game. So I'm really looking forward to catching up with the fellas on that. And it'll be my 4th year of doing that show. So, I usually sort of try and keep it more like the local sort of podcasts rather than listen to the Nationals because just, if you're trying to cover like 32 teams, you're never really going to get that deep into, each team. So, like I say, a lot of it's just justifying the wages. So, did you say that we got a Jason Statbomb this week, Jason?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Do you think it's time?
I feel like it's time. The first Statbomb of 2025 season.
Right, you're going to like this, right? And this is the season for maximum hopium, isn't it? It's just you just got to go all out and think, right, we're going to just tear up the league. This is what we're going to do. We've got the coach, we've got the interior line sorted, we've got the weapons, we've got the defense and the coordinator. We're going to do it, right? So that means we're going to have to go worst to first, aren't we? So there's a bit of history of this, So since they reorganized the league into 8 divisions of 4 teams in 2002, there's only been 4 years that the team hasn't gone from worst to first. There's always been at least one. 6 times, I think it is, there's been 2 that have gone from worst to first.
Right.
So the only times it didn't happen was 2002 itself when they first did it, and then 2014, 2019, and 2024. So Bengals currently lead the way. They've done it 5 times. They've gone from worst to first, right? 3 of those times they got to the Super Bowl and then lost all of them, unfortunately. Yeah. That's another story. Interestingly, they also are in the reverse. So they've gone from first to worst 5 times as well, which is at highest in the NFL.
Wow.
And the Bears have done it 3 times. So they've gone from worst to first 3 times. So 2001, 2005, and you may remember 2018 with a certain rookie head coach in charge taking charge of a second-year quarterback for the Bears, who turned the division round, won Coach of the Year, and got us to the playoffs, which we won't mention the double doink. But yeah, he did.
You did mention it.
Yeah, that was the last time the Bears went from worst to first, was with a new head coach and a second-year quarterback. Interesting, like I said, 4 teams have gone from worst to first and then won the Super Bowl in that season. That was in the 1999, the St. Louis Rams, 2001 Patriots, the 2009 Saints, and the 2017 Eagles, obviously led by, as we know, Nick Foles, who took over and took them to the big game, to the dance. And then one final little thing about the going from worst to first is, in the stretch of 2003 to 2006, in the NFC South, each different team went from worst to first consecutively in those 4 years. So the Panthers did it in 2003, the Falcons did it in 2004, the Bucs did it in 2005, and then the Saints did it in 2006. And then, crazily, even more crazy, is that in 2007, the following year, the Bucs did it again. So that division went from worst to first 5 times in a row, 5 years in a row. So I'm just telling you all now that it's totally possible, and the Bears could be the 5th team. Book it. The Bears could be the 5th team to go from worst to first and win the Super Bowl. And that is this week's Stat Bomb.
Love it, mate. That stat bomb has just gone boof in my head. Absolutely stunning, mate, as usual. High quality stats from Jason. This is what you get every week, mate. This is what you get. You know, we bring it, man. We fucking bring it. So what we'll do is we'll move on to a section of the show, which I know, you know, I wouldn't say you don't enjoy it, but because you're such a homer, that, you know, you find it hard in your heart to go against the Bears. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the schedule for this year and pick what we think, how we think the Bears are going to do. So the week one is the Bears at home against the Vikings, Monday Night Football. Can't I get a bigger stage?
No.
What do you think's going to happen there, mate?
Dub.
So you put that down as a dub, a win.
Obviously. It's at home.
And what's your reasoning?
Just because the
Bears
are brilliant. They're going to win the Super Bowl. That's why. I'll tell you why. No, the thing is, again, you're asking me to be a pundit, to be an expert. I'm not. I'm just a fan. And like you said, I'm rubbish. I never want to say the Bears are going to lose. And obviously, we're not going to go 17-0 this year, are we? Probably. No, I reckon.
No.
But you know, surely our division has got to return to the mean, isn't it? Like all 3 of those teams are not going to be as good as they were last year. I just believe that. That's just going to, you know, statistically, they've got to come back to average, haven't they, at some point? So they've all had a bit of an issue with some stuff, I think, apart from maybe our friends up north. Yeah, exactly. Crimson. No Addison week 1.
That's true. Yeah.
So JJ's still there, obviously for their JJ, but then we'll hopefully have our JJ back. Yeah, I think they've lost Sam Darnold. He's gone, hasn't he? And he had a really good year.
Yeah, they've got the rookie in. Well, he's a second year, but obviously he got injured.
Yeah,
in the
he hasn't
first
played a snap in the NFL.
Year.
Yeah, hasn't played a snap in the NFL, so basically a rookie. Yeah, we're at home, first week. Everyone's going to be pumped, and we'll have an O-line sorted out by then to face that pass rush because we know how aggressive they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, Booker says JJ might be 50-50. Was that our JJ Booker or their JJ?
Yeah, because nobody knows what the actual injury is to Jalen Johnson. They haven't released what it is.
Yeah,
I think it's a leg injury, but that's about.
They say it's a leg, don't they? Yeah, because in the preseason they don't have to disclose it, do they?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Relentless Mikey saying JJ thrown to JJ, covered by JJ.
Love it.
Crimson saying it's hard to imagine JJ will be worse than Sam Darnold. That's an interesting take.
It's a good call, man. I reckon the Bears are going to win. I just think our offense is going to be a little bit further just due to their quarterback not having the experience. Caleb's got a year under his belt. Like you said, it's Monday Night Football. Everybody's going to be pumped. It's going to be Ben Johnson's first proper season game as well. Go on.
And also, Ben Johnson has seen the Vikings defense before.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's our secret weapon.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
I mean, I'm a little bit worried about their defensive pass rush, but hopefully our offense would have gelled by then. Hopefully we got a settled left tackle. So I think the Bears are going to win that. Right, moving on to week 2. We're away at the Lions. Like, I would fucking love us to win this game, mate. I would love Ben Johnson to absolutely rack it up.
Game. Yeah.
Rack it up against their defense, especially their place.
Sorry, mate. I just want to mention this. Booker's lighting it up again. I love Booker, man. He's awesome.
I do.
He says, I think Sam Darnold forgot he was Sam Darnold through the season and then remembered he's Sam Darnold in the playoffs.
But yeah, I think, I mean, imagine how much Ben Johnson wants to win that game. And it would be such a good barometer of where we are as well. I know at the start of the season, you get sort of crazy results because, teams haven't got film on each other and, a lot of teams have a lot of turnover with staff. So, you do get some odd results at the start of the season. But, man, I want to say I think we're going to edge it. I really do.
I'm going win. We should have won there on Thanksgiving, man. If fucking the clown Eberflus hadn't screwed up the clock to let time run out with in a position to win the game with a fucking timeout left in his pocket. Jesus H. That's we should have won last season. So we've now got our offensive coordinator, and so I'm going win. Also, just I've quickly got to do this because this is one of my favourite comments I've seen all night. Is Relentless Mikey, right? He says, "Chris, are you from Liverpool? I'm picking up some Liverpool in your British accent."
Fucking hell, man! No, Mikey. I am from the north of England, but I'm from the other side. I'm from the northeast, so I'm from Yorkshire. Liverpool's on the west coast. Sometimes people think I'm from Manchester because I've got the Leeds accent's quite similar to the Manchester accent. But no, I'm not from Liverpool, but I used to spend a lot of time in Liverpool in the 90s, and it were a fantastic night out. So if you ever get a chance to go there, mate, the Scousers are great to go out with.
As Shorty's saying is this your official predictions? We need to add this to the overall BCP.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
I'm going to write him down. I'll write him down and send him on. But Crimson's saying that this is the same. The Vikings are the same team that made Kirk Cousins look good. Made a mid Kirk Cousins look good. It's true. Kevin O'Connell was an amazing coach. One of the best in the NFL. Kevin O'Connell. So that's I love people are picking it up now. That he's from Leeds, says Shorty. And Ian Librian says, "That's not Scouse, mate. That's a Leeds accent." Yes. And King Booker says, "I hate that QB show on Netflix because it made me like Kirk Cousins." I actually thought that too. I haven't watched the second series. I've not seen it. I've watched the first series, and actually, Kirk Cousins actually comes across as a really likable guy. Actually, I think he's a really nice guy. And the poor guy was taking the fucking beating. They had him mic'd up, and he was just getting hammered. And he was just like, "Oh man, I felt for him, I tell you." But Relentless Mikey, I would not say that, Mikey. He's just stupid Americans.
I mean, the thing as well on our show is if you can't understand my accent, then at least you'll be able to understand Jason's, southern accent.
My posh southern accent.
He speaks proper. We don't speak proper up here.
Cool. Aldo Gandia is the podcast.
Yes,
He said it's great to have you two back. Will you be going on? We will, Aldo. Apart from I'm having a short break in September because I'm going on honeymoon. So I do apologise. I'm a terrible fan, obviously, by going on honeymoon in the middle of the season. But I'll. Lee is saying Jason is speaking the King's English. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that, but. They do speak a bit funny up there north of Watford, that's for sure.
Well, we do, mate. So,
sorry, Shorty's saying make sure we send the predictions to him. We'll add them to there.
I'm writing them down now, mate.
We will do that, Shorty, my man. We will do that. So, let's crack on.
I'm writing them down as now. So, week 3, it's the Bears at home against the Cowboys.
Win.
I think win as well. I just think as usual. It's all hype of the Cowboys every year, isn't it? Because they're fucking Americans team. And I hate the Cowboys as much as Green Bay because I just hate when teams sort of, call themselves something like that. You know what I mean? So, and they haven't won jack shit since the 90s anyway. So
another revenge game. Crimson's got it. Another revenge game. Floosh is their DC, isn't he? So
of course, yes.
Yeah. So let's go and smash him up.
Oh man, I'd love to go.
I'm ready. Game. I'm ready for football, man. Come on.
I would have loved to go to that game and give him some shit from the stands. I really would do. Right, so we've got so far we're both predicting that they got 3 wins at the start of the season.
Yeah.
So we move on to week 4. It's the Bears at the Raiders. So that means the Bears fans can have a mad one in Las Vegas, have a mad weekend. Yeah, definitely. I think we're going to win this. Depending how our defensive lines play, because obviously they drafted Ashton, the running back in the first round.
Yeah, but we've got Carl Monongai, man. We've got Carl Monongai who's going to make Genty look like a Arsenal. I don't know.
Yeah, you go with that storyline, mate. You go. Well, I think we're going to sneak it, man. I think the Raiders are sort of maybe a year behind where we are, and I don't think their offense is going to be up to much. I mean, who've they got at quarterback? Is it Geno Smith?
That's what Lee's asking. Isn't it Geno Smith?
I think it's Geno Smith. But I know he's got the connection with Carroll, because obviously up at Seattle with Pete Carroll. And Pete Carroll is a good coach, man. You know what I mean? I mean, how he keeps going at his age as well. He's got so much fucking energy. It's amazing. So I think Caleb's better than Geno.
I think Caleb's better than Geno.
I think as long as our run defense can stop Ashton and our offense is sort of going, then let's both put down as a win. So we've both got 4 wins at the moment.
Yeah.
So luckily it's week 5 is a bye week.
Yeah.
So I think you're away then, aren't you? Anyway, are you away?
No, I'm coming back for that. Slightly annoyingly, I thought I just knocked it back.
All right. So you come back. You're coming back the week away for no reason at all.
Yeah, brilliant.
And then it's the first big revenge game of the year, I think, against the Commanders. And it's at their place again as well. And I think this is going to be a big fucking game, man, for Caleb. Exactly. I think he'll be able to cope with it, but I think the press are going to build it up. Like we did last year, and especially how we lost as well.
Yeah. They'll be loving it all week. In fact, the whole bye, that's all they'll talk about in the media, won't it? It'll be the bloody Fail Mary and Jaden Daniels, the sweetheart of the fucking media. Yeah. And I am so looking forward to going into their place and just fucking making them eat crow, man. Just shoving it down their throats.
I think we're going to lose. I think we're going to lose that game. I really do, mate. I really do think we're going to. I think we might just come short. But then again, we nearly beat them last year, didn't we?
We should have. We did. We were in a position to win. And again, it's a game that our ludicrous head coach threw away. So I just think with a bye week as well, coming out of a bye week, our new head coach is not going to be. He's not going to be slacking like the previous one. He is going to have them fucking ready to go. I tell you, he's going to be. Booker thinks we're going to lose. I'm just, me, mate. I believe in sporting miracles. But yeah, so I just think
you just believe in miracles, full stop. The way you're going, mate.
It's a great way to live, man. You should join me in my little made-up fantasy land. It's amazing.
You keep trying to drag me into it, man. I keep going. No. Right. The next game is at home against the Saints. I think that's a win. Yeah. I mean, I ain't got any fucking idea who's the quarterback going to be for the Saints. I've got no idea. I don't even know who the fucking coach is. I don't really know anything about their team this year, but I've just got a feeling that I think we're going to beat the Saints at home, surely. What's your thoughts, mate?
I think so. Home game. I think it's going to be a fortress, Soldier Field, man. I think Johnson's going to just have them. The crowd are going to be Spencer Rattler. That's right. They took Rattler, didn't they?
Yeah. So basically, you've got them going as 6 wins in a row.
Yeah, obviously.
And I've got 5 wins and a loss to the Commanders.
Okay.
Right. The next week is a really tough game.
Yeah.
It's away at the Ravens. I don't think we're going to beat the Ravens, mate.
I do think that's a loss. Yeah, I
think that's a loss.
Yeah.
I think they're sort of possible Super Bowl, maybe ready team. I just think they're just going to be a little bit too much for us.
I love King Booker World, man. Tyson Bagent will be in by the 3rd quarter.
Don't say shit like that, Booker, for God's sake.
He It means because we're 5 scores up, and it's just go. Let's just put the.
All right. So he's just going to do the kneels down at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. We'll
The next game.
5 minutes left in the third.
The next game I think this is quite a tricky one to call. It's against the Bengals at their place.
There you go. Sorry, just to go back to Booker's comment. He's saying he's talking about the Saints. So I'm presuming he means we're going to be winning so big they're going to send in Tyson for some game time against the Saints. I hope that's what he's saying.
That's what I hope he means as well. Because if he didn't, you're out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to block you right now.
Bengals away, mate. Bengals
away. Again, that's a tough one, isn't it? That's a tough one to call. In the interest of keeping it slightly reasonable, I'm going to say loss as well, just for that one.
I think we're going to lose that one.
That's 2 road games as well, isn't it? It's 2 road games
against 2 AFC North teams, and they're always tough. It's always a tough division. So I'm going to put a loss down as well for that.
Lee Bruin still says win. I think Lee Bruin is just following my tack here. He's just going to go 17-0. I'm happy with that, Lee. You keep going, mate. I'm with you.
Right, the next game. Is against the Giants at home. That's a win. That's a win against the Giants. They're terrible, man. Absolutely terrible. So I think we're definitely going to beat the Giants.
You guys are on fire tonight in the chat. Booker's saying that in the Bengals, he's saying it's a high-scoring QB display. Bears pull it out 38-35. I will take that, my friend. I would
do that as well.
Yeah,
I just think that they're on the road and it's a young team, and you know, after the Ravens, that's going to be a tough game. So, right, the next game is the return game against the Vikings at their place. What we're saying, mate? What we're saying?
I'm only going to say loss just because of for balance. You know, just because, like I say, I can't just keep saying win all the time. And I think if we're going to lose some games, that could be one of them because Kevin O'Connell is a damn good coach, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we're going to lose that game at their place.
Yeah, Lee's saying 50-50. I think that's a tough game. Going to the Vikings.
It is. A lot of that depends on how we get through the road games.
Maybe someone in chat will know. Did the Vikings lose their defensive coordinator? Did he become a head coach somewhere?
No, he's still there.
Is he?
Yeah, Flores. Yeah, he's still there.
Mikey, sure you can, Jason. Just say it. 17-0. Yeah, Crimson's right though. Crimson's right. That Giants' defensive front is insane. They got Thibodeau. They got a trading for Burns, wasn't it? And then they took someone in the first round, didn't they? They took another edge. Was it an edge? Yeah. It's like they got a mad.
But it's their offense which is the big problem, though, isn't it? That it's the offense what's been Achilles' heel for the last sort of 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So I do think we're going to win that game. Right. The next game is the Bears at home against the Steelers, and we all know who's playing.
We are going to smash Rodgers into next week.
We all know who's playing quarterback for the Steelers, and they better fucking win that game, man. Because
they're going to destroy him. They're going to destroy him, mate. I'm telling you now.
I don't wish any player to be hurt, but I won't mind him being injured by
I don't want him to be hurt, but I'm going to.
Oh, I'm evil, man.
He's going to come out of that game wishing he'd retired. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Let's get after Karen Rodgers, and just destroy him. 3 picks, 2 touchdowns. That's my call.
Cool. Right, the next game is the Eagles away.
Sorry, man. Sorry, I cannot. Booker is lighting up the chat, man. Shady Grady pulls Rodgers' heart out of his ass. I'm thinking, and he's going to tell him to pipe down. You better pipe down, little bitch. He'll be up. Yeah. Bears, relentless Mikey. I'm loving it. Bears 262, Steelers 3.
Mikey, whatever you're talking, mate, pass it on. Whatever you're fucking doing right now to come up with that score, I want some.
What time is it over there? What's he doing, man? Is he? Sorry. Anyway, go on. Back to the next game, which Lee Bruin said.
The next one's Eagles away. We're not going to be Eagles.
That's probably a loss, isn't it?
That's a loss, man.
Yeah,
I think they've got a good chance of getting back into the Super Bowl against the Eagles. And then, here we go. It's away at the Packers.
Win.
I'm going to win. And you know what? Even if we thought we were going to have a terrible team this season, I'm never going to say the Packers are going to beat us because no fucking way, man. No way. That's a win, man.
Fuck the
Definitely
Packers.
A win.
Yeah.
Right, Bears, they're back at home against the Browns.
Win.
Win. I'll go for the win as well on that one.
Yeah.
Even though they've got a good defensive line with Garrett, but I think their quarterback situation. They've got like 4 quarterbacks on the roster at the moment, and Flacco's the leading one, and he's like nearly as old as me,
100 years old. They got one for each quarter. Maybe that's what they're doing. They're going to have one quarterback each quarter.
Start Flacco because he'll get tied by the first one. And then you finish off with Sanders' son for the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
But anyway, the next game, it's the Bears at home against the Packers.
Win, obviously.
Win. We're going to put
Eddie's saying
down.
the Bears will beat the Eagles in an upset. I'll take that. That's a Saturday night game, isn't it? That's on Prime. That's a Saturday night.
Yeah, it'd be around that. Evie, if we do, I love you. I hope we do, but I just think the Eagles are going to be really good this year again. I really do.
Happen. Otherwise, why would you turn up on a Sunday? Shocks happen. That's
Oh no, that's why we love sporting it for the drama, and you're never going to know. Right, next game is away at the 49ers. Tricky.
It's tricky. Hang on, where are we at now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We got this another game. That's it.
So have I missed one?
No.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What was the last one?
The last one was the Bears against the Packers at home.
Oh yeah, win, obviously. Yeah.
And the Bears against the Browns were the ones previous to that as well.
Yeah.
So the next one, the second to last game of the season, is against 49ers away.
Oh my days! King Booker World is absolutely on fire. Look at him. It says, Miss Evie, if the Bears beat the Eagles, I'm flying to Philly to give them the finger.
I'd say the other thing, if you did that, mate, you're a brave man. Because
exactly. With them fuckers, you have to run up the steps, run up the rocky steps, and then get to the top and just go.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, that's just like every single English soccer game, isn't it? That's what it is over here every week. Yeah. So what do you reckon about the 49ers game away? I think we might lose at 49ers.
Yeah, Mikey thinks the 49ers is a loss. Crimson thinks the 49ers going to be kind of bad. I mean, they struggled last year because of injuries, didn't they? They got absolutely destroyed by injuries. So everyone kind of they're the sort of press favourite to go from worst to first. But I don't know. Yeah, they can go either way, couldn't they? Again, it depends. This is like into the tail end of the season, aren't you? I'm going to say win.
You're going to say win. I'm going to say
why not? I've said enough losses. That's enough for me.
And then the last game of the season is the second big grudge match against the Lions at home as well.
Home,
so,
win.
You're going to go win? I'm going to go win as well. Cool. So right, I'll top up. So you got 1, 2, 3.
I'm 13-4.
Yeah, and I'm 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm 11-6.
You fucking negative Nancy.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, Jason, anything over 500 is would make me happy because you think about it, we lost 10 games in a row last year, and everything's new. So as long as I see improvement and we go over 500, then to me that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully around sort of 10, 11 wins might get into the playoffs anyway. So I can't think anything more than that really.
Someone new in the chat. Hello, Jody McGee.
Hey, Jody.
Who says, well, I predicted before OTAs the Bears to win 13 games and division champs.
Nice.
I'm right there with you. That's it.
Jason's buying the ticket and the pill as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going down that rabbit hole, mate.
I know. Don't do it.
So we've done our prediction scores. I'll send them off to Shorty.
Do it.
Both of our predictions are positive. I feel mine's a bit more realistic than Jason's, but that's just my opinion. But that's what you get with a show. You get the yin and yang. You see, you get
exactly. Yeah.
That's what it's all about, man. You know what I mean? I don't, But luckily, I respect Jason's opinion to a certain point, anyway.
Likewise, my friend. Likewise.
Yeah. So, so I suppose, unless there's any sort of questions come up in the chat you've seen
I haven't seen any questions. There's been some great comments in there, man. It's
they've been great today.
To see everyone in here, man, for the return of the British Bears. We are pumped, man. I'm ready. I cannot wait for football. I'm just so excited. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm bouncing. There's no questions. I think we're just ready to roll. We've done our predictions. It's great to be back here with you, Chris, my friend, and all the guys in the chat. Ready to start reviewing some Bears football again. Let's start talking about. Roll on Saturday. Yes, is it Saturday the game, or is it Sunday?
Sunday, 6 o'clock for us.
Sunday, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
6 o'clock for us. Yeah, I'd just like to say that.
There's a question. We got one. Sorry, Crimson saying, who do you think will be the Bears MVP?
Ooh, good call, man. That's a good question, man. Ooh. I mean, obviously, the first thing you say is Caleb, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what? Could be Roma Dunze, you know.
Yeah, it could be. That's a good one. Lee Bruin says Grady Jarrett.
Yeah.
Is it Garrett? Grady? That's Grady Jarrett, isn't it? That's the one you mean. Yeah.
That's a good question. I mean, obviously, Caleb. I think Shemaine Edmonds as well. I think he's going to have a better season due to the scheme they're going to play. I mean, I think he struggled a lot last year because the defensive line got really porous in the middle, and he ran to fight off linemen getting onto their second block. Good call, Evie.
I was thinking
he's probably my favourite defensive player. Is Kyler Gordon.
I love Spidey, man.
The guy just gets his head stuck in, so that's a really good call as well.
This is one for me. This is one to watch. Like Lee Bruin is thinking my way, man. I am really excited about seeing Monungai. I watched some. No, seriously, man. Because it was a really deep running back draft, wasn't it? Everyone was saying how deep it was, and for him to be there, he would not be in the 7th round any other year, I don't think. And I watched a bit of. I know everyone's saying how good some of the other guys were. I started watching a bit of tape from some of them. Travion Henderson is obviously a good running back, and he was taking. Who took him? Was it? No, it wasn't. Anyway, whoever. Right. I watched a load of his highlights, and essentially a lot of his good ball was down to the offensive line because almost every highlight that I saw of Travion Henderson at Ohio State, he was running like down the fucking high street. It's like a massive. There's nobody near him. Like the line was just clearing it out, and he was running down Broadway like until it got about 10, 15 yards before anyone touched him. So, and he is lightning fast. I'll give you that. It's but Monungai, it feels sort of Genty 2.0, like a sort of. I know he's been compared. I don't like to say the phrase "poor man's Genty," but he clearly isn't. He hasn't got the long speed that he has. But geez, take a look at Monungai's fucking college highlights, man.
Oh yeah, I've seen him. Yeah.
His contact balance is mental. Honestly, it's unreal. His vision, and he hasn't got the long speed. Like he hasn't like a lightning fast top end, but he hits the hole with such pace. So he's got his vision and his decision making are lightning quick. And he hits the hole, and he makes. I think Swifty did a video about how many times he made tacklers miss, and how many broken tackles. Booker says it, man. His game speed is faster than his combine numbers. I tell you, go and watch some of Monungai's college highlights. They are absolutely insane. I'm excited what they'll do with him because I think I know that Johnson got rid of Swift, didn't he, at Detroit? So he's probably not his biggest. Fan, but he'll use him as he will. But I think he'll see something at Monungai that he feel like he can use. And I'm excited to see what Monungai does this year. I think for a 7th round pick, people are going to be surprised. So
I mean, regarding the running backs, that's the position I played. I think Swift is going to have a really big year. I think last year you got to think about the crappy offensive line he was behind. The play calling. And also as well. He was great at catching the ball out of the backfield. So, I think the running back room is going to be really interesting, man. Yeah. But,
mate, it's got someone else new in the chat. News Live. You all live in Britain. Yes, we do.
We do.
The British you can probably tell. Yeah. So welcome in. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us.
But I'd just like to say that, it's so cool doing the show again. Coming back fresh. I got a little bit burnt out at the end of last year, just due to how crap they were. And
you're whoring yourself around all these shows, man. You see, I'm
a slag. I'm a slag, mate. I'm a slag. I'm a social media slag. But I just like to say that it's just a pleasure doing a show with you, Jason, again, and it's just going to be really interesting to go through this season with you, man. It's going to be really entertaining. And it's just, I just really appreciate everybody who's watched tonight. You know, it's his first show back. You know, obviously, I think we've rocked it, because I always do. And but I think everybody in the comments have made some absolutely awesome comments, and you brought the energy as well with us. Obviously, not as much energy as what Jason's got. I mean, he literally, that's how the electricity runs in his house, is from Jason's pent-up excitement.
That's how I'm powering my Staley, man. I'm plugged in.
Yeah, you don't know what's happening underneath the table. So I'd just like to thank everybody.
Just a quick one there. Lee Bruin, first time catching the show, and we'll be back next week. Thanks a lot, Lee.
Really
I believe you are in the UK as well, Lee. So if you, we like to say, this is a fan show for British fans, or international fans that are not in the Chicago time zone. So if you want to just join us to chat Bears football sometime, then please do. So.
Absolutely would love for you to do that, Lee. Because obviously I got to know you in a chat on Greg Gabriel's show, and your stuff. So
yeah, the email's in the description of the show. So just send an email to that, to BearsCountryProductions@gmail. And yeah, come and chat with Chris. I'm away for a couple of weeks. Like I said, I'm on honeymoon in September. So Chris will need some company. He can't be left on his own for too long, unsupervised. So please join
devices.
But yeah, echo what you said, mate. It's been a brilliant show. So glad to be back. I'm so pumped for football. Really great to see everyone in the chat. Some wicked comments in there. Some really good folk joining us again. I'm really glad that they could take the time to join us. There you go. Shorty's got it in the chat as well. Look, it's in the description. So if you want to join us, any British fans or anywhere in Europe, so I'm sure if you're overseas and they've got a bit of an accent, it'll be just as easy to understand as Chris. So you'll be fine.
Yeah. If you understand my Yorkshire drawl, then you'd be all right if we get somebody from
Germany or Spain,
from Europe, somewhere like that. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody, especially Alder, the Podfather. He's really the reason why I started doing the podcast, really, because the first sort of Bears channel I saw, which I liked the people, was the Barroom Network, and especially Bears Souls with Alder and the mighty golden voice Dan Aguirre. And I'd also as well, Alder let me stay at his place when I went to Chicago in 2003, and I class Alder as a dear friend, and I love the guy. So I think we'll end it now with a big fat bear down.
Yes, all right, mate. Are you ready to go? I think we'll say goodbye to everyone in chat. And to you, mate. Thanks for joining us. Great start to the season for the British Bears, and we'll be back next week, same time, same place, with a 3-2-1. Bear down.
Bear down, mate.